Hey guys, just thought I'd do a comparison video of my 3 Series BMW compared to the costs of running my Commodore that I had before. Um, Obviously this is 6 years older, so there's a lot more perishable parts that need replacing, like gaskets and things. The Commodore, I did 60,000 Ks, and all up it was $4,790 running costs, but that was including servicing. The only thing that actually went wrong with that one was seatbelt buckle, which you had to get a genuine part for, which was $470, which I replaced myself anyway. The Beamer hasn't been as bad as I thought it would have been. I mean, it's been pretty stressful because I rely on getting to work with my car. There's no other backup like public transport or anything. But cost-wise, it hasn't been too bad, and I've done some of the work myself. Some I just wouldn't have the time to do the research to do it properly, so I'd just take it to a mechanic and do it. And then also when I've come across a hurdle that I couldn't get over, I'd just take it to the mechanic for them to sort it out. So let's go through the costs. The first issue, as soon as I picked the car up, was the sensor replacement for a wheel sensor replacement. It was $1,200. I took it to BMW. That was it, because I took it to an auto electrician. They're like, nah. And then I took it to mechanics, and they were like, they didn't want anything to do with it being electrical, and the auto electrician just couldn't find the fault with it. Oh no, they couldn't read it properly. That was it. Even with their snap-on gear and software and everything, they couldn't read what the issue actually was. Yeah, so anyway, I took it to BMW, which obviously was crazy expensive. $1,200 for that sensor, and then like within a few days, the warning light came back on, and then so they replaced the other sensor, but just for cost price, $400 instead of $1,200. But anyway, so that's $1,600, and then a service, $388. I can't remember exactly what they did for that, and then another service, $400. It was misfiring, and I think they replaced 2 coil packs. That was $500. The big service with spark plugs and everything else, oil and filters and things, $900. Gasket, oil filter housing. For the oil filter housing, that was $194 for the part, and I did the work myself. That one took I think it was a full 8 hours all up. There's a video on that if you wish to see that. And then when I was doing that, there was a hose to replace as part of preventative maintenance. It wasn't knackered yet, but that was $166, but I couldn't replace that, so I had to get them to do that. So the part was $166, and to install it was $500. But it was such a headache. I'm just glad. I don't care. $500 for the headache. If you saw where that hose went in my other video, then yeah, I don't know. I tried watching some videos of how to do it an easy way from up above in the engine bay and down below, and it's an absolute headache. There's no chance I was going to get that done on top of the oil filter housing gasket as well, and time frame, going to work, everything. And also another service, $400. The coolant pump failed. Luckily I managed to pull over pretty quickly, so wouldn't have incurred any damage. It went into limp mode straight away, and then was pulled over, and then got a tow truck. For the part was $1,200 for the water pump, and the mechanics, I go there regularly, they're pretty good, and they were like, if you can get it anywhere cheaper, then you buy it and we'll install it. But I couldn't find it online anywhere cheaper really, and I needed it done as soon as possible, obviously, to get to work. I think I had a day off or so because of that. And then the fitment for that was $450, so not too bad. Yeah, so all up $6,718, and I traveled 50,000 Ks in that time. So to do a direct comparison, because I've only done 50,000 Ks in the BMW and I did 60 in the Commodore. Divide the cost by the 50,000, then times it by 10,000 Ks to make the difference. So that ends up costing, total running cost for the Beamer for 60,000 Ks would be $8,061. And so that's a difference of $3,271 for the same distance between the two cars in running cost. So yeah, overall, $3,271 more expensive, the equivalent distance of doing 60,000 Ks in either vehicle. But I think it's been worth every extra dollar. Bit stressful because I've had to rely on it to get to work, and I don't have another car and there's no public transport, but every time I get into the car it puts a smile on my face. So yeah, and that's what it's about. If you enjoy cars, then you can kind of deal with not ideal situations more. If I didn't care about cars, then I definitely wouldn't have bought a BMW. I would have just kept the Commodore and it would have been fine and more reliable but less exciting. And that's ultimately what you pay for. The more exciting a vehicle is, generally it's more unreliable because of that extra engineering that's gone into it to make it more exciting. That's just how it is. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and yeah, plenty more videos coming soon, including a road trip in my Jag coming up. I can't wait for that next month. Could be a while for the footage though to edit through it all. But yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.